Okay. And we are live. What is up, everybody? It is your Dungeon Daddy, Fat Jolly Guy, and we are live for episode number 5, season 3 of Edges of the Map. How is everyone today? I am joined by the majority of the party, and the last one will be showing up a little bit later. So right now I have AP.
Yo.
I have Ashley.
Hello.
I have Slow-Mo 21.
Hello.
And I have Tim.
Ayo.
And Joe Cool will be joining us a little later on. And just so everybody out there in Chatland knows, today is Joe Cool's birthday. So when you see him pop in, hit him with that happy birthday in chat. I'd really appreciate that.
We'll be singing.
That's right. I also just realized I do not have a
Request in chat.
yeah, I don't have a viewer reward. There we go. Oh, I don't even know why I put 30 days on this stuff, you know?
Good roll. Good roll.
Yeah. I mean, especially after Bob found out that you could just do it.
Ooh, actually, no.
What color should we make the boss this time?
Purple.
Purple?
Yeah, red. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Purple boss it is. Here we go.
No.
Mini boss challenge is started. So that is live now.
My man is punishing our stream for other streams.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
20,000 Twinkies?
Hey, you got the last mini boss. Like you like claimed the last one, I should say.
Yes.
But you keep raising that cost.
It's slowly but surely.
Yeah, I'm gonna find a spot where it takes more than one stream before you get to get it hit, you know? We're not supposed to have a mini boss every episode. That's not the point of the community goal. It's supposed to be
Usually
a
I get
slow
about-
trickle goal until it happens, you know?
Usually every stream I get about like 1,500 Twinkies. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like, unless people have been, saving up for months.
Oh.
I mean,
I guarantee you people like Slow probably have like a mountain of them.
yeah.
I have 14.8.
I have 7. But I also practically every episode I know that we're
you
gonna
do a
fight.
lot of
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do a lot
Yeah.
of gifting inspos.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I have 14, because I'm like, well, shit, I was gonna do it, and then Ashley did it. Or shit, I was
Oh,
gonna do it, and then Joe did it. Like, why?
Yeah, I just made those.
And I need to get back to normal streaming some more so you guys can watch the other content to earn the Twinkies throughout the week to dump on the
Just have your
challenge.
reruns run too.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I could put reruns on, yeah. I mean, we got plenty of episodes. I could just set all the episodes to rerun at this point.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Fucking do it.
The whole story, basically.
Basically. Anyway, when
I mean,
we were last
everybody wants
here,
this. Yeah.
when we were last here, you all, man, we were in Zatan, and shit, I don't even really remember a whole lot. Just we were in the man.
Damien was talking to the Tribunal Council.
Right.
I was running around and was gonna start asking people about war. I got to talk to Wolf and then picked up Astrid. Then we hit the mini boss
Uh-huh.
and
Then Damien
That's-
made his speech.
Damien made
Yep.
the speech.
Hit the mini boss. Damien made this speech, and then we kind of went our separate ways and
Learn
called
more
it
about
there.
Vesper and what has happened to him since his death at the hands of Malphus. So, yeah. And also, we had Valmora's side quest in the meantime, so she can fill you in when she gets live in the game. So we will just go ahead and pick it up from here. So I have Vesper, Damien, and Whisker that are going to be going to their respective areas that they have already agreed upon. Vesper is going to be returning to Aether's to speak with Queen Abigail. Damien is returning to the Duskholm camp to speak with Magnus. Whisker is traveling to the Southern Islands to speak with the orcs. And Moon is at her monastery, dealing with the what? Restoration and the influx of the rat people, and trying to figure out how to accommodate all of the new influx of resources and that like. So with that being said, I am going to go ahead and delete these, and I want the 4 of you to use your d20 rolls today, not only to see if you get a pocket 20, but to see who is going to go first.
Moon.
Oh,
Okay, Moon's going
Me?
first.
I wanted time. I wanted to think about it.
Well, then
That
your
should be
pocket
perfect.
20, you get to decide. Do you want to go first or later?
I want to go later.
All right, Whisker and Vesper, it is a tie between you two. Who wants to go first?
I feel like it's good for me to go later because I.
You rolled
ended it.
another one?
Yeah, for the tiebreaker.
All right. Fair enough.
Vesper.
Looks like Vesper's going first.
Vesper is going
Yeah.
first.
No,
And
God.
I have added your pocket 20 to your list, Ashley.
Nice.
Thank you. It's been a while.
It has
Just
been a
gonna use that
while.
for persuasion.
So,
Maybe you should stay a while and listen.
Maybe you should stay a while.
I'm going to go ahead and just add a new row here.
I thought you were retired.
Okay, if I can get my keyboard to work with me here. There we go. All right, Ashley with 1. There we go. Okay, so Vesper, we will activate the throne room as you have traveled back to Aether's Landing to speak to Abigail. And you find yourself outside of the throne room in Kingsbrook. By the way, this is the door.
Yeah, I know. I was just burping
I
and
just-
getting it all out.
I just
while
wanted you to remind you that when I made this map, I did not make the doors very obvious.
I figured where the 2 guards were would.
That's why I kind of posted them there to act as like, hey, go that way.
Permission to enter.
She's with some of the townsfolk right now, but you can go inside and wait.
Thank you.
Vesper, as you enter into the throne room, as regal as it is, you see Abigail dealing with a couple of disgruntled townsfolk as they are looking for reparations for the destruction of various businesses and houses that they apparently owned. And you hear Abigail dealing with it currently.
I am going to kind of just stick to the wall and wait patiently at this table while she handles her business. Being the kind of person I am, I'm going to sit here so I can see the entrance.
Vesper, go ahead and roll for intimidation. The guard directly right here is definitely giving you the side eye. And the two people that were here are looking past Abigail at you. Even though you have tried to keep a relatively low profile as you've entered the room.
I'm just going to do that Witcher, that grumble of the throat, like,
I like that for Vesper.
Abigail has quickly gathered up her notes, and she is still talking with the nobles, and you can tell that she's becoming a little frustrated at the situation. Obviously, they're not making any headway to any kind of agreement at this time. She obviously is trying to do the right thing, but these gentlemen are obviously trying to get more, or what they feel is what they are entitled to.
I start doing the kind of slouched back in my chair. I have one hand to like my chin beard, and I'm just tapping my fingers on the table.
As time passes, Abigail stands up, and the gentlemen stand up, and they are going to leave rather disgruntled. It does not look like they got what they were after.
Common courtesy from myself, I am also, as she stands, would have stood up as well.
Having noticed you had come into the room, she is going to make her way over to you. Politics, you know what I mean?
Of course, they did not look very happy.
More of the fallout from Archibald, I guess. Just everybody wants everything now, and there's only so much to go around.
That I understand.
Abigail will take a seat at this table.
And I will go back to being seated. So I'd like to say that this is a friendly visit. But I've come by the order of, well, my cousin.
So I assume you're here under unfriendly terms, then?
Well, it's friendly. It's more of asking if you have support us, join us, more like it.
Join in
to the DM, or to Damien, would you have given me like a formal paper of like sorts, or is this just me saying?
He would have told you like the main things to kind of focus on, like the plan that we're going to war in Avernus, that we're going to be sending thousands of men, as much as we can, into Avernus to try and fight this evil.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if you had given me like a missive where I could be like, here's the, written from my cousin.
I mean, that would be something that Damien would do, but we never really talked about it like that.
Sure call. So if you say you gave it to me, I have it.
I mean, Jolly, are you okay with doing that?
Yes, I am generating a declaration of war against Avernus and a request for support that I will be sending to everybody.
Beautiful.
So I reach into my cloak and I'll pull out the wax sealed stamp, and I'll hand it to her and be like, "Don't kill the messenger."
More paperwork. As she takes it from you and opens it up.
In a nutshell, we found out where our missing party members went. Obviously, they are in Avernus now, as you can see, and we plan to wage an all-out war. Damien's orders.
You plan to go to war in the Hells?
That is what he said. We're sick of fighting on our turf. And we're trying to take the fight to them.
Abigail is going to be reading through this.
We've already have way of transportation. We're just trying to gather as much support and military personnel that we could possibly find. And he said that the armistice is going to be being planned soon, and things are definitely being set in motion. We have plenty of allies that are joining us. The party is split up to gain all of the people that we've met over the time. That pledged, and we're gonna do the thing.
We ready?
And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Doko.
I love it.
Happy birthday to you.
That was so beautiful, guys. I love it.
Happy birthday, bro!
Thank you. I wanted
Happy
to let
birthday,
y'all know
Joe.
my birthday is tomorrow, but they were doing their birthday dinner today.
But you know what? We're celebrating today
Yes.
and tomorrow.
Yeah.
Amen.
And in true D&D fashion, Joe, I've got a D&D present for you later.
You got a D&D present for me?
Yes.
No way, bro.
Just like
Oh
we
my
did with
God.
Damien.
Oh my gosh.
Because I don't care. Your real birthdays and your D&D character birthdays are the same day. I don't care.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, I have posted in player chat in the Discord under Edge of the Map a declaration of war against Avernus for all of you to read. So that is what the declaration reads that she would have been given. And I am about to post it in the journal or in the.
All you missed, Joe, is we're trying to summon a mini boss in chat, and I rolled the lowest, so we are going to handle this part of the story now. Moon rolled a nat 20 on start, and you basically only missed like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it took us a little bit to get all zipped up. All right, in the quest tab, I have also added the declaration of war, so you guys can read it in Forge at any time under your main story tab. So if you would rather read it in Forge, you can do it there.
Dolly, I'm gonna DM you in Discord quick.
Okay.
Nothing that needs to be handled now, but just wanted to, when I right click, it doesn't. I was just looking to see if it was there.
Oh no, it's probably not here because your token was already existing in this area. So.
Oh, okay.
So I can do this, and then I can do.
It's not a big deal. I was just curious.
It is a big deal. And then I could come back to the throne room and go like this. There you go.
Would I have to go about this that I just talked about with you? Would I be, I don't remember if I would have, I mean, I obviously didn't do it. Would I be showing the scar right now? I guess I would, right? Because I didn't cast anything?
Yes.
Okay. Because Abby knows. I'm pretty sure we told her, so.
Well, as Abigail finishes reading the declaration, I'm sorry, as of right now, until this armistice goes through, I cannot be in support of another war. We have to get this armistice with Duskholm settled. I have to make sure that the kingdom is safe prior to... If this is not settled between Aethiers and Duskholm, and we push support to you, or well, to Damien, and send men off there, Duskholm may take it as an opportunity, and we're already so weak as it is, and I just can't take that opportunity right now.
I'm going to reach out and grab her hand and say, I understand. You must do what's right for your people. Anything that we can do to help to speed things along, you just ask. You know we'll be there to help.
It's all going to hinge upon this armistice and how it is handled with Duskholm. I see no reason why that we wouldn't be able to support you if Duskholm agrees to an armistice. Not that they would honor it, but at least then we would have legal actions against them.
Are there meetings scheduled?
Not yet. Every messenger I've sent into Duskholm has not returned yet.
To let me know.
Do you need me to go and send your message?
No, I couldn't impose on that. Apparently you'd have enough on your plate as it is.
Nah, it's not my plate, it's Damien's. As far as I'm concerned, my plate's rather free.
There's still some other avenues. Some people who are less war inclined in Duskholm. Maybe we can reach out to them and see about getting this armistice set up. So I wouldn't worry about it.
It's from my understanding that, obviously I came here to speak with you, but Damien went to go and start the armistice. Talk to Magnus.
Well then, in that case, then things may already be in motion. Once he heard of our successful capturing of the castle and the death of Archibald, the destruction of that airship, he reached out to us almost instantly.
Yes, he was of great assistance to us as well, as you well know.
He is still Duskholm, but I feel like he might be our best bet at getting to the king. All I can hope is that Garrick will understand my plea and at least meet with us. If nothing else, he will do it to see who he's up against. He would not miss an opportunity to at least flaunt himself.
I agree. We can only hope that Damien and Magnus have it handled, and we can move forward with this plan of, well, going to Avernus.
Vesper, I don't mean to pry, but I understand that the airship, everything that happened on there, your friends, I have conflicting reports of your death, but yet you're sitting right here.
Well, just ask and I'll tell you what you want to know. I have no intention of lying to you or hiding anything.
Then answer me this. Do I want to know?
Could provide useful if you're interested. I'll kind of look away, but then look back.
I think we all have our secrets, and I think those are necessary for us to facilitate a healthy life. Wouldn't you agree?
Some secrets are best shared with someone else.
I feel like you harbor a lot of secrets that are best kept to yourself.
Perhaps at one time. But I am a much different person now. Let's just say I've made a deal, and I won't be going anywhere anytime soon. And I've acquired some new skills in the process.
Well, whatever you've acquired, you seem to terrify my guardsmen.
Couldn't know why.
I haven't seen them this rigid since we took the castle. She kind of says that at a higher voice. Either way, you can return to Damien and let him know that he has our support as long as the armistice can be figured out. You've all done so much to help Atheas, the most we can do is make sure that Zatan is protected. I don't
Must I
know
leave
about,
right away?
I don't know about traveling to Avernus itself to wage war in the Hells, but I'm sure he has a plan.
We have a plan.
Abigail will stand up. Well-
I will also stand.
The next time we meet, it will be in the lower town. I have decided that the Kingsbrook is too far separated from where I am needed. I've taken up residence in a theater, and I've converted it into some sort of council hall for the general people to be able to assemble and air their grievances with me as we try to get Aether's back on track to where it was. Being so far separated, it doesn't set the example that I'm after.
Understood.
It's also where
It's a
I'd
smart
like to
move.
have the armistice at. I've already had some of my people begin preparations to convert the theater into some sort of Congress hall so that people in attendance can hear.
Make sure to bring all the information back to Damien.
All right, Vespa. Safe travels back to Zatan.
All right. With my new acquired abilities, do I have the ability to put a shadow on her, or no?
Yes, you can hide your shadow in her shadow as a kind of a guard.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so you only have the one.
I know.
Okay, while you're separated, you won't be able to summon it.
I know.
Okay.
But I can do my thing and get back here fast if I need to. So
That's true too. So you were
Cool.
going to leave your shadow in
Right.
hers as a
Correct.
defense. Okay. Vesper, as you leave the palace, you do take another look at the guards as you're leaving, and yes, they are very rigid at your appearance. And while they are not hostile towards you, they are definitely not taking their eyes off of you.
what seems to be everybody's problem today?
Okay. Whisker,
Yes, sir.
you have made landfall in the orc camp. Per your agreement as to what you had planned on doing. War Kitty approaches.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the island.
Thanks. So you guys said you'd help us, right?
Smash for smash. Is it time?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm gonna look at Gruktar here. I'm gonna hand him, because I imagine I have the same parchment that I'm gonna hand Gruktar the parchment. Out of the two of you, I think you probably read a little bit better.
Not only are you wise in war, you are wise with word.
Gruktar will take the declaration as he begins to read it.
Is this correct?
That's our general. That's what we're doing.
Gormash will love this. Gormash! War Kitty wants you to go to the hells with him and fight the demon scourge in Avernus. You'll bring us to hells to fight demon spawn, yes?
Yeah, that's the idea. We'd like you to come with.
Where shall we assemble our war camp?
Question for the DM: where do you want me to tell them? And Damien, I guess.
I would probably imagine on the outskirts of town.
Like near the monastery.
I was gonna say like more towards, like the front gate. Where
So
we
there
usually
is
purchase
a
it.
old there's an old mining town near the front of the gate, near the
that's-
harbor.
Yeah.
So there's an old town near the front gate. That's where Damien wants you to set up camp. We've already got transportation. We figured that out. It's just we gonna need all of you when we go.
Oh, that is no problem. Do you want all warships?
Well, I mean, do you need anything to stay back so your village here doesn't get, ransacked?
We will take all with us on warships. Nothing will remain here. Only the trash and the dead.
Well, then bring all warships.
Gormash will pull up his horn. It's this curled war horn. And you just hear this low. And almost instantaneously, all the orcs in the camp are standing up. And you just see them grabbing things randomly as they make this mass exodus and start packing things onto the warships.
Just grab what you gotta grab. We can help make more weapons and armor for you when you get there.
Weapons, armor.
You wear it to stop, bullets and stuff.
He speaks of hard plate, protect soft flesh. You might want to take a step back, War Kitty.
I'm not saying you have soft flesh. Maybe a different.
Does War Kitty think my flesh too weak to fight in Avernus?
No, I don't. But would you please back up?
Gormash not need rock flesh to fight. I only need Smasher!
And with that, Gormash is going to take his massive warhammer, and he just destroys his own tent in a single swing. In a fit of rage, he is just completely ground pounding his tent.
That's nice. You swing things, okay? I don't do that. That's not what I do. I do things like this. Just right here at all these fucking boxes.
Go ahead and roll your damage. And roll your D100.
Barrels? I was gonna say, do I need to roll?
Yep, roll your barrels. A 651.
51.
Whisker, as
No
you
more
pull
boxes.
this, as you just absolutely level the boxes and the wall behind, just absolutely clearing a massive gap.
War Kitty harnesses Pocket Thunder!
Yeah. You wanna harness Pocket Thunder?
Do not give that to him.
Well, I'm not gonna give him this one.
No. Come with me. Listen. He is War Chief. You give him a new weapon and he will use it to his fullest ability. Do you understand that?
Maybe not him then.
There's a reason we only gave him a club, and he is that dangerous with a club.
Got it. So no firearms. No
Yeah.
firearms for him.
We will meet you in Zatan when we get the warships packed, and we will see you there.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
How many did we make the other day when me and you were sitting in here in Discord?
A few.
A few? Yeah. Okay. So, you can meet us with the warships, but like, I'm gonna take some of you guys with me. If they want, I mean, they seem kind of interested in, the hole in the wall.
Let me give some thought to this. There are a few that may be able to help you. If we are going to fight in the hells against these demons, maybe there is war you can wage with them. When we get to your Zatan, I will have them come see you.
All right, you do that, and in the meantime, I'm gonna go back and tell Damien that you guys are gonna start heading this way.
War Kitty. Me like War Kitty.
Thank you.
This orc is going to pick you up and just give you the biggest hug.
Okay.
Go ahead and
right.
roll Constitution. Whisker, you are able to endure the orc hug.
Oh, okay. All right. That's nice. That's you like me. Can you please turn loose now?
As he puts you down on the ground, the orc will take your cigar out of your mouth.
That's mine.
It blows fire! Fire! War Kitty blows fire!
That's can I have that back?
Yeah. Good luck. You probably would be better off getting another.
Oh. But I liked that one.
We will see you in a few days at Satan. The orcs are on the warpath.
I'm going to return and let Damien know.
Damien,
Yes.
you have made it back to the old Duskholm camp once again. As the rowboat pushes up onto shore, as you are familiar with, you see the familiar face of Magnus sitting outside of his tent.
Hello, Cirsa.
Hello, Damien.
How are you? Are you well?
I am, thank you.
I'm glad to hear it. I've seen you've gotten a little bigger as well.
It hasn't been that long.
I still notice a difference.
My friend, Lord Damien, with an unexpected return to our camp.
Aye. Maybe unexpected for you. As Damien will step forward and put out his hand for the, handshake.
Magnus will gladly take it.
So,
Yeah.
please, fill me in on what has gone on since we have left the camp.
Well, we are in a winless battle now.
Aye.
I've had many of my loyalists return home. I feel that this is a fool's war at this point. Nothing is changing. King Garrett is spinning up for more conquest as we speak.
More conquest, you say?
Yes. Word of Athea's downfall. Well, I should say Blackthorn's downfall. He believes now is the time for a offensive action in the region. Unfortunately, I'm losing what power I did have in the area. It's becoming quite apparent that money and wealth will only take you so far in the country.
Aye. This King Garrett you speak of, current regime of Duskholm?
Yes.
How long has he been the king of Duskholm?
Since I was a child. He was a young man then. He was war-driven even back in those days, empowered by his grand new inventions. Cannons and flying ships. I'm sure
The
it
sounds
comes.
of it. He's the one that ransacked my nation.
He is one of his first grand conquests, one of his first victories, too.
Aye. Well, let me fill you in on what has happened. Yes, Archibald is dead. Myself and the party had made sure of it.
Well, that's
But
one less evil in the world.
the airship crashed into the harbor at Aethias and is no more.
Well, that is a shame. Well,
What is the real shame is that Archibald wasn't the only threat. We didn't even know there was another threat.
What do you mean?
Have you ever heard of the devil named Malphas?
With that, Sissa will pop up off of the sand. I know him, or know of him.
And what have you heard of him?
He's a minor lord of Avernus, a lord of crows.
The Lord is an understatement. Everyone in the party is alive, but not a single one of us left without a scar from him that day. Whether it was physically or mentally.
So this Lord of Crows is now your objective.
To say the least, he has made it abundantly clear that he is willing to wage war upon the very plane that we exist. He seeks no longer to be in Avernus. He wants to rule our mortal plane.
Well, as Sissa pipes up, that would make sense. The only way for him to ascend through his ranks is to claim lands. And he either has to kill a lord of hell and take over his lands and regime, or take new lands and become lord over him.
Aye. Well, we're going to try and negate that, obviously. Zatan, my party, and I'm hoping for one or two more nations to join our conquest, to take the war to Avernus itself.
With that, Magnus will kind of... You want to invade Avernus itself?
Aye. It's not that I want to. It's what this mortal plane needs.
You did me a great service by going into that mountain and bringing my daughter back to me, but to walk into hell itself, that's a hard sell, even for my most loyal that I have left.
Well, think of it this way. And I'm going to... Oof!
Oh.
Do intimidation.
I already rolled the persuasion. I rolled the natty. I can't. Think of it this way. If Malphas is not dealt with utmost haste, there will be no war in Duskholm. There won't even be people left. They'd just be slaves to Malphas.
And while there is wisdom in those words, I know that the people who still serve under King Garrett will never surrender. They would rather die on the battlefield than become subjugated by demons.
Well, that seems a perfect sell to tell them then. Die on the
Yes.
battlefield of Avernus. Or live a life of slavery to the one.
But herein lies the problem with that. Why leave this world here when it is fruitful and there are no demon invasions yet? It would be
Just because
easier
you
to
have-
defend the portals or whatever they are coming through as they crop up than it would be to invade a whole level of Avernus and push them back. I don't think you will ever convince King Garrett to join your cause in that. Although his men would gladly go to war for dumber reasons.
This is the reason I am not with Garrett.
And while I wish I had more pull, more persuasion, all of my titles and lands in Duskholm have been stripped from me, and this island here, this archipelago of plantations and small trade businesses that I can keep legitimate is all I have left in the world. I am not the man or power I used to be.
Before we continue, do you want her here for these conversations will unfold? They will not be-
Of course.
I have a slight plan. We must put you in control of Duskholm.
Okay. They must have some really good hooch in Zatan. First you want to invade the hells themselves, and now you want me to perform a coup against King Garrett.
Would it be so much underneath your status to do so, man of nothing.
No, it would not be under my status, but
You know as well as I do. Well, I might not know as well as you do, but I know that this king, so-called Garrett, is no fucking king. And I know you are not either. But I know you have a better head on your shoulders than that bastard.
and then just
Am I
how
wrong in
do
saying
you
that?
just how do you plan to initiate a Duskholm coup?
We must first spread misinformation. And some true information in it. Truth being that Malphas will be trying to take over the world. And maybe we make a few members of the city disappear under King Garrett's authority. Raise suspicion amongst the common folk. Believe me, if I had it my way, I would just march right up to him and behead him there where he stood. But I know that will not work. And that not be the best course of action. I know people who will be able to spread information.
I could spread the information. I can have ways and means of doing that. But somebody to disappear, it would have to be somebody important to the king. Somebody like Roderick.
Who is this Roderick?
He is the king's right hand, his marshal. He is what you would say, the commandant of the armies, if you would. If King Garrett runs the nation, Roderick runs the military. There is no love lost between Alistair, his King Garrick's son, and Roderick. It's been long since rumors about their feuding over the position. Alistair believes he should be marshal, and serving the king as the right hand. But Roderick has been there for almost as long as Garrick has been on the throne. And Alistair is only the, 7th or 8th in line to the throne. But he is Duskholm through and through. A true believer in the ways of nation building through might. And they have been at each other's throats in public venues more than once.
Tell me, how will this raise suspicion over the king?
Duskholm has a very, very tight eye for nepotism in the world. Just because you are someone's blood does not make you inherent of a position. Hence why Alistair has never been even considered for the position of marshal. He's too close to the king. It would raise too much suspicions of this nepotism, showing a corruption. if we were to get to Roderick and make it appear as if Garrick was the one to order it, I feel like Garrick would have no other option than to put Alistair as his marshal. He would be the most qualified. But because he is his son, there is the nepotism I speak about.
Aye.
And that will be the chip in the armor. We could start spreading the misinformation, really start pushing the envelope of corruption of the king because he has put his son as marshal. But in place, we will need our own marshal. I know a man. His name was Thaddeus. He is a brilliant military strategist, a naval strategist. He's not so great with the ground troops, but he is a brilliant sea captain and naval genius. If we start spreading his name about, that he should have been made marshal over Alistair, it could be the splice we need to start bringing some of the we could start bringing some of the loyalists back over to our side.
Aye.
This could work, Damien. This could work. And with this, it could force Garrick to present himself.
And then we take him off the throne.
If we do this, it would have to be grand. It'd have to be public. It has to be well documented and done by the books. And it has to look legitimate. It can't be done in the shadows. No.
Aye. I
Has
have
to be a
condition of my own.
legitimate coup. Duskholm has to save face in this endeavor. They have to appear to be strong still.
Aye. That is fair.
You've given me much to consider, King. And in fact, you have revigorated my idea for rebellion once again. And here I was about to rescind my days to my banana plantation.
With this, I do have a condition of my own.
Of course. Who wouldn't?
Once the coup has been handled and a new regime is in charge of Duskholm, Duskholm will be at armistice with Athea's Landing.
I have already heard the rumors of Atheus trying to do this armistice. Messengers killed in the square of the palace, bearing the sigil of Atheus under a banner of peace. It is very poor taste, you ask me.
Atheus is no longer under Archibald control. It is back within the rightful hands of Atheus.
And
Within
what
the
of
royal
King
family.
Athea?
From my understanding, he has been missing.
So then the Abigail that was here for a while.
Aye. She is queen now.
I like that girl. She has a very sharp mind of the world about her. We
She
have
also has
talked
a
many
good head on her
times.
shoulders.
Well, the king's missing is still something of trouble. As
Right.
long as she sits on the throne, and this coup goes as well as we sitting around this fire hope it would, I could see nothing wrong with that. Especially if we can point at the corruption of Garrick. Perhaps we can show some sort of colluding between him and Blackthorn to perpetuate this war.
I do like that idea.
Magnus will stand up.
You know, Damien, I'm sorry, my lord, when you
It's
first rode up on this island all them months ago, little more than shipwrecked rats, I would have never thought to see you an actual king of a city.
I finally found my people.
Well, and if your people are just as crazy as you are, thinking they could go into Avernus, well, one step at a time.
Aye.
Let me
With
talk
this-
with my network of informants. See who I can still shake from the trees.
Aye. Soon, this will all come to an end. Hopefully a just end.
Well, I had always hoped that we could find some kind of common ground between New Duskholm and Old Duskholm. While there are many things I dislike and disagree about the way Garrick has done things, he is still my king.
It will not be for long. Especially if I get to him first. If there's
Damien,
anyone
if-
I will hold a grudge with, it will be him.
If this goes sideways, or this information gets out in the least little bit, it could ruin what little I still have in the world. Taking a considerable risk here, just... I
What is
want
a reward
your...
without risk?
I
Damien will
want you...
stand.
Oh, yeah.
As Magnus walks over to his daughter and puts his rather large hand on the side of her face, stroking her forehead with his thumb.
I want you to take Sissa with you to Zatan. If you would.
Of course. As Damien looks at Sissa with a smile.
I don't want her to be at risk again.
She will be safe with me. I can promise you that. I looked at her once before.
If this all goes sideways for some reason, at least I'll know that she is well taken care of.
Aye. Once this all comes to an end, we will speak further about our plans for Avernus. Don't get it twisted. I know I will need all the help I can get. And I'm sure the people of the world would wish to remain here for one more day.
Magnus will kiss his daughter on the forehead as he turns and enters into his tent with no further.
Well, are you ready?
Do you think he's gonna be safe?
Aye. Your father has a good head on. He is wise. He knows when and when not to engage in conflict. Damien's just doing an overall perception, like past here, down in here. See if he could, what he could see, since he really didn't. do that when he
Damien,
first
as
got
you
here.
kind of look at the rest of the camp, you see that for the most part, the rest of the camp is mostly deserted. What was once bustling with a lot of people, there's only a handful of loyalists that remain in this camp.
Okay. What you removed was what I was really looking for. Well, do you need to grab anything?
No, I have everything in my bag.
Aye. Let's be on our way.
As you board the ship, and it takes you back out of the Duskholm camp, you find everybody back in Zatan City, in one way or another. Moon,
Yes.
at the temple.
Okay. Commander Draven, Spy Master, I was hoping to have a conversation with both of you, if you don't mind.
Of course. How can we be of service to you?
Moon will explain that she's kind of done an evaluation on the monastery, its structure. She's going to talk about how she's worked out with having an influx of supplies and resources to the monastery, and she wants to coincide a way and I want to really gather a plan on fixing up the monastery so that it can be of more use, and a way to better handle the influx of resources as well as supplies and people such as Slinker's people and family. And I need help getting this together. And I know Spy Master, it would be hugely grateful for the city of Zatan, as well as to yourself and the monastery, to be able to expand your network and our reach.
Indeed.
I'm hoping that I can talk with the both of you on how to best handle all of this.
Well, I would say that the expanded operations, we need more of our own place outside of the monastery. Perhaps we set up a new building. Not too far from here, obviously, but something that's specific for us, that caters to the comings and going of the information. You know, maybe I can get my actual little birds back.
I think that would be a great idea.
Aside from doing the simple repairs, well, not that they're simple, but repairs to the monastery, I would think that we would need some sort of accommodations. We have people sleeping in what pews they find or what spots on the floor don't hold water. I think if we could build some sort of sleeping arrangements close by the monastery to help with people being able to get better rest. Perhaps a kitchen even. We've been cooking over fires for so long. A more proper kitchen would be crucial.
Much like a barracks.
Of course. Barracks and even an armory, maybe a small training facility. All of those would be fantastic ideas.
I think that we should gather up a plan on where and what resources we will need for that so that we can get started.
I'm already a bit ahead of you on that one. As Commander Draven will hand you a small leather book. Moon, I've been plotting and planning some potential additions since I kind of took over here. My ideas of what I would do to set this up more efficiently. Maybe this will help.
Should I do like an investigation to read through his plans?
No, you don't need to. It's all in the book and that kind of stuff. You can read it at your leisure, but it basically talks about what he just said, some sort of barracks room for people to sleep in, a kitchen, training areas, that kind of stuff, all to facilitate, happier living conditions, that kind of stuff. He even goes as far as calculating out material costs and things like that. He even has notes about potential stonemasons, and woodworkers that he remembers from inside of Zatan that may help, and that kind of stuff. And he even has a rough estimate about what the cost for gold would be.
This is perfect. Commander Draven, you've put in a lot of work. I love this.
Well, I'm happy to help, but it's all just thoughts and theories at this point. We don't really have a lot in the way of export or trades. So it's kind of hard to bring money in to say how to make these things.
We need to find... Where is it? Nope, that's old. Here. Well, I can get us started with gold to be able to trade. I have quite a bit myself.
Money is always a good place to start, but eventually the coffers will run dry if we don't have something that we can exchange, a service that we can provide outside of this. I figured if we can get to a place where we can start training good swordsmen, we can supplement the city guard, or maybe even, trade transports with some sorts of, I don't like the word mercenary, but a paid guardsman, you know?
I think that would be a great idea. And this is something that I can bring up to Damien and the council. This would create an influx of both trade as well as reputation for the monastery.
Well, there's still pirates' threats out in the cold oceans. And the trade boats from here to the mainland are always being hit, so if we could put our people on those boats and we start spreading word that our people are defending these boats and actually have a legitimate record of protection, it might be the service that we could provide. A legitimate service. And I know that Slinker's people are very good at acquiring resources, so we could maybe even potentially set up a market with their goods and services, you know? Maybe something outside of Zatan.
Well, I think this is a great place to start. And I will definitely bring this up to the council so that we can start legitimately raising some money.
Remember, we no longer operate with inside the realm of the council out here. So...
Yes. But talking with them may give us a connection to be able to work within them, if it makes sense.
I am all for being friendly with Zatan. They are literally our neighbors. I need to take a quick break. I will be right back.
Nope.
Where you going? Have fun, Daddy.
It's so much fun, Thank you. Okay, I'm going back.
My neighbor that our road floods really bad and it could come up to the house. And since we live on the slab, I have to go get some sandbags.
So I mean, good on them for spreading the information.
Mm-hmm. I told them thank you very much.
Yeah,
So then
absolutely.
I expect to probably get some rain tomorrow as well. Then.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, we had some pretty vicious rain while Tim and I were playing Fortnite earlier, and then now the sun's out and the roads are dry. I couldn't even tell it rained. It's crazy.
Also, Jolly, if at any point you need me to RP and you control my player, I am more than happy to do that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moon, Moon is willing to give funds. She has 200,000 gold. So,
All right, I have updated your quest for rebuilding the sanctuary.
now, Commander Draven, there is also one other matter as well. So there is the forge that Whiskey had created. Were you able to put in requests or get armor and weapons?
I spoke with the Observer, I believe is what she called itself. I gave her the list of some things that we would need, and she seemed to think that we could get them without an issue.
Beautiful.
I don't know how payment or anything with that works, but
Oh, don't you worry about that. Everything will be handled. Now, I do have gold. If you want, I can give you the gold to start everything getting going.
I think it would be prominent if you want to leave it with the spy master or leave it in a common place.
I'm gonna, to start out, give them 100,000 gold.
Oh my. That's more than I've ever seen in my life. I've seen that much before. But never had the opportunity to hold it.
Well, I will leave it in your care. I will discuss possibly being able to help train the King's Guard or the City Watch or what have you, and receive payment for that when we have training grounds up. So I might be able to have more access, because it doesn't look like they have very much area or resources to be able to train like we would.
I have seen their training grounds. They have a fantastic armory.
That's good. Is there anything that you wish to bring forward to me, either of you?
I believe that I'm good on my side. I'm good over here as well. Especially if we can begin working on getting something to facilitate a better outreach.
Everything. I think that's all. I don't think that I have much else to discuss.
Very good. I'll return to my duties.
We'll speak again another time soon. Thank you. Moon will probably just head back to the mansion.
I'm thinking that that is a good place for everybody to gather up.
Amen.
So we will go ahead and move some people about in the mansion.
Assuming that we would probably be up here. Coming back. Maybe not.
We will say that Moon's probably the last one to walk in. So maybe you're all on the ground floor. Moon's coming in the door. So yeah, so we'll go from there. So whenever you're ready, take it away.
Well, you guys, I have something to share with you all.
Oh, yes, Amara. Tell us of your trip.
Welcome back, Moon.
Yeah.
How'd you guys know I was going off?
We all went in our directions to talk to who we needed to talk to.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just joshing you. Well,
You made me think I'm losing my mind.
there's a few
I mean,
things.
that's not
though.
hard to do.
Oh, funny.
I had to travel to Ironwoods. Well, first I went to my home, to the Grove, and I spoke with Vortak. And unfortunately, our druids are not skilled enough to help with this war that we are declaring. But I was able to get some information from my brother, and he was able to tell me about the Ironwoods and where I could find them. So he drew me a map, and I went there, and I was able to, through a strange turn of events, I was able to meet the leader of the Ironwood, the current leader. But also during that time, I learned that there was some bad blood between Aurora Frostwoods and the Ironwoods. So I was trying to smooth that over. And it was a tough time. And in that, a Kraken was terrorizing their ships. And let's just say, yes, a huge Kraken. And let's just say that Primal Warrior and myself has helped destroy their issue. But
That's
in
great
that,
news.
until you hear the next part, in that I found out that Aurora Frostwoods made a pact with this Ironwoods, and we promised to give one of our own to them as an alliance. And one of my ancestors went back on their word and went and destroyed their whole hometown once before with Primal Warrior. So it was daunting and very hard to get them to sway to my side, even with the help of Primal Warrior beating the Kraken. So they said the only way that we can have the war druids at our side in battle is if I restore the pact that was made so long ago. So now I have to send one of my own to Ironwood. But they don't know yet.
Well, you
So let me get this straight. You killed a Kraken by
Yes.
yourself.
What
did you bring us back?
Well, I was trying to get back in enough time, so I left it up to them to search the Kraken, and I was going to go back whenever I brought my growth member to
Surprise.
offer
wait.
to them.
So you're telling me that not only do you have to give up your youngest, but you didn't even loot the Kraken?
I'm sorry. I
I don't think that's the biggest concern at this moment.
Damien,
but
it's a Kraken!
but my biggest concern was getting them in alliance with us for this battle.
Yes, I know, but a Kraken! And my voice will crack. A Kraken!
Well, we will have plenty of time.
We'll look at whiskey. Kraken!
We'll have plenty of time.
Yeah,
But
I
have-
know, but right now, in my opinion, like Kraken's all good and everything, but can I ask you a question, Val?
yes,
Didn't we just go to your home to stop somebody from being married off? and now you're gonna just give somebody away?
well, whiskey, there's a difference. He was trying to marry off so he can have power over the grove to someone who was unwilling and didn't want to. This situation is not for this family member to be married to the other grove, but just for them to be at the grove.
But what if
To
you
be
can't
one of
find
them.
nobody willing to do it? Then what?
Almost as citizenship, would I say?
Yes.
I see.
Well,
You're okay with this?
they are a good lot of people. Am I okay with it? No, because they're one of my own. But for the greater good, if we do not get their help, then what position are we left at? And how vulnerable will we be without the extra resources? Do we have enough firepower to fight without them? Because those individuals are very strong.
Uh,
They could teach us hand-to-hand combat. They could pull out the fullest potential of us in combat when it comes to war. They have strategic proficiencies, and not to mention, guys, they can not only train Primal Warrior, but they can train us as well.
uh, I will leave it to you. I wouldn't want to force a decision.
We all play.
I will go back and speak with the Grove, and then I will see what they say.
Right.
It's the best I could do.
Well, Vespa, Whiskey, how did your meetings go?
Well, not great, but not terrible. Abby said that she's all for helping and sending as much as we need, but there must be an armistice. She can't fight a battle on two fronts.
Aye,
She's already stretched incredibly thin.
I can imagine. And Whiskey, the orcs,
They'll be here in about 2 days.
how will they be arriving?
A warship?
I see.
Better let the gods know before they shoot it down.
I will inform the Citadel.
I also forgot to mention that the war druids, they have a 1 week turnaround time for me to make delivery.
Aye. Well, once we are done with our conversation here, I would expect you to go to your village. Aye.
I will.
As for my meeting with Magnus, it went, as you could say. There
Well,
will
in
be
what way?
there will be a coup within Duskcombe. Or we will try to make a coup out of thin air. The plan is to, well, first off, Damien will look at Vesper. The current regime of Duskcombe is the same that ruled when they ransacked Elranthian. The same king. So,
I do that grumble again.
Shall we kill him?
well, hopefully,
Easier
but
said than done.
agreed. Easier said than done. The plan as of this is to, in short terms, King Garrick of Duskcombe has a son, and his commandant of war for his war council and basically his commander of the army. We're going to try and, well, take him out in lesser terms. Get a hold of him somehow.
Okay.
This will
okay.
kickstart the coup,
Mhm.
and Garrick, the king, will have no choice but to appoint his son to this position. And Magnus has almost assured me that it will stir amongst the common folk and raise
Huh.
very much suspicion. And we will make this public to the people. And, well, hopefully get to put Garrick to the stone. In lesser terms.
Can we make a guillotine for him?
Unless the guillotine is myself. No.
I see where you're getting at with this. Nice. So what you're saying is we need to kidnap the son.
Not the son. The commandant of war of the army.
Ah, okay.
This will kickstart everything. But the armistice will have to hold off until this is handled within Duskcombe.
Understood.
And then we will be able to set up meeting for armistice. I will speak to Abigail myself and inform her of this. I was informed by Magnus that some messengers of peace from Aethias have been slain in the city square at Duskcombe.
No, those reports match what happened with Abby.
Aye.
Said that she sent out messengers and none have returned.
Aye. Magnus does feel wise with having her at the head of Aethias. He does like her. By the way, as Damien will, I'm assuming I brought her with me, so I'll go to the stairs and
Oh yeah.
you can come down now. I brought a companion along with us. Sessa, you remember everybody, don't you?
Oh, it's so good to see you.
Hello.
Welcome to Zidane.
Thank you.
May I give you a hug?
It's probably best not to. As she shows the claws again.
Wow. That's okay. I would anyway, though.
I appreciate it.
Sersa will be staying in Zatan until further notice. Until things in Duskholm wind down. She will once again be under our protection. And it's a good thing that we had an extra room.
Ooh, I mean, she go. Wait, you said Abigail, right?
No. Sersa.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I knew you were saying Cersei, but I was just thinking, maybe Abigail could come and, Vesper and Abigail could strengthen their bond a little bit more.
Well,
Aye.
she is queen of her area, so she cannot quite leave the area.
Aye. That is
And
why
you
I
shall be
would,
king.
I can hold no such title.
Well,
Vesper, Circe is literally staring in wonder at you.
Very rude. It's still me.
But you look so different.
What are you talking about?
Your aura.
It could be because I died.
I've seen dead things before and seen them come back. You are different. You are beautiful.
No, stop it. Still old me. Just have this mark now.
Your face is like a shadow. And your eyes are the void. You see them
You
now
guys-
too, don't you?
Perhaps. What are you talking about?
You see what's not there anymore.
The souls?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I'll do.
She's going to stay very close to you, Vesper.
well,
I'm gonna. She's shorter than me, right? She's still a child.
She's a child, yes.
I'm gonna pat her on the head.
well,
There. Does that help?
Yeah.
I will inform the council of everything.
There is something else that I wish for you to know, too, before you go to the council.
Aye.
I have spoken with the Spy Master and Commander Draven, and there is some plans that we have in place. In order for the monastery to be able to provide more resources and have an income so that we may be able to sustain ourselves, there is a plan to build barracks so that there is an actual living situation, fix up the monastery, and a place for training as well as for the spy master to expand his resources. And the thought with the training grounds and income is to train for kind of mercenary for hire, if you would say, so that we can protect the seas around us and as well as the other places on land. And that way we can have more income, but we do plan to build those buildings, and Commander Draven has come up with the the ideals for it all, and I've provided some gold to get started, but I don't want to erect any new things without the council knowing so that it doesn't become a problem.
Aye. So then why don't you come with me to inform the council?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm glad we're able to talk like this again. Openly. Well, sure we all have our things we need to do.
Yeah, well, you guys go do that. I gotta go talk to Astrid and the Observer and let them know something about, orcs with
What is
guns.
this forge everyone keeps talking about?
You want to go with me?
Sure, why not?
I mean, I'll show it to you while I'm explaining to the Observer how to build some guns for, orcs.
I'm gonna look at the kind of. Any need for me to do anything else? As I look at both of them, Moon and Damien.
Not that I have. I would like to speak with you. Ah, I'm sorry, there's one more thing that I must discuss with you.
By all means.
I had spoken with Auntie Alara, and she has informed me of a place where we can, or where I can, gather resources to reforge the Sword of Atlantean.
Oh, that's wonderful news.
Deodorant.
And we will have to travel to the Badlands in order to do so.
Miscreants on the Badlands. But,
There's-
I'm with you. This is a family heirloom. We must fix it.
Aye.
Primal Warrior and I are here to provide any assistance that is needed.
I appreciate it. I will try and gather more research on this place that we must travel to, but even she did not know much about it, other than a few key details.
I believe my grandmother might know a little about this Badlands. She knew someone from there who's since passed, and I found out during my voyage to Ironwoods. And I believe Ironwoods might know, or the people of Ironwoods might know something about the Badlands.
I will take all the information I can get about it. The better prepared we are when we travel there, the better. That is all that I had. I will see you all soon. Moon, you ready?
I am ready.
Val,
Can you move me
safe
with you?
travels. I hope everything goes well.
Thank you. And by all costs, I will make sure that those war druids are by our side in preparation for this war.
Aye. But not at all cost. It is your people you're talking about, as you very well know. I will see you all tonight.
As you depart, who wants to go first? Foundry or Citadel?
Do Foundry.
Foundry.
I was gonna say you can go ahead and do Foundry if you want. I don't care.
me go ahead and pull. Then I need Vesper. And then I need Vesper's little shadow.
You know, you don't have to follow me everywhere.
Why wouldn't I follow you? You're beautiful.
As long as you keep saying things like that, I guess I could keep you around.
Well, no, not that one.
This one? Yes, it's this one. Hello.
Yeah.
What can the Foundry do for you?
I wanted to give you a heads up. In about 2 days, we're gonna have some orcs that they need guns.
Hmm.
You think you could do that?
I am unsure how to fulfill this request.
Oh, whiskey broke it.
While my resources are boundless, I do not have any recollection of a species known of orc.
Oh, I got this. Hang on. So I create a middle illusion, little tiny guy, but I create an orc.
Something like that?
Hmm. Their physicality is impressive. Are they all
Some
shaped?
of them. I mean, they're taller than that, and I'm not real sure. Like, some of them's got a thing against armor, something about the flesh isn't squishy or something.
As with all things in the Foundry, I would gladly fill this request. But unfortunately, I'm not able to.
What happened to
My voice.
You having a problem there?
I'm not sure. Hello? There we go. No? Maybe?
See, whiskey, I told you broke it.
Listen,
I
this
think
is.
that's,
I just came back.
A little bit like this.
Astrid's been here longer than me.
Maybe.
Don't blame your girlfriend because you don't know how to make it work.
Maybe something more like this. No, that was definitely more like this. I don't not know what happened there.
Seems like
I
you
would-
have problems with voice boxes. Bishop used to have these issues too.
I mean, do I need to hit you in the back of the head and see if that fixes it?
Physical altercation will not be necessary. This illusion that you have created, I have added it to my database, but I do not believe this will be sufficient to create your request. Is there any way to have the physical beings present?
I know they'll be
One
here
second.
in like.
Poof.
I know they'll be here in like 2 days, but like I don't. I'm afraid if they come down here, they're gonna wreck things and. One second. Poof.
Whiskey, I have updated your quest.
Will this suffice? As they turn into their leader.
While I appreciate your candor for disguise, I do fear that it would be better to have the ones that we are going to be crafting these materials for at present. From the limited description that the Foundry Master has provided, it would seem that each of these entities are unique in their physiology and their desires for what they will and won't do.
Well, can't say I didn't try.
Listen, Vespa, I didn't know they were complicated beings either.
Well, the creation of some firearms would be a minor challenge due to their complex nature. Trying to outfit a unique species with an individualized weapon that they would be able to carry into combat. I fear that we will not have the adequate resources or be able to provide them from our foundry alone.
You know what? That's fair. I guess when they get here in a couple of days, if they want, what did you call it earlier? When I was at the orc camp, what did you call it when I shot the pepper box, Jolly?
Lightning in his pocket or whatever.
Yeah.
Pocket thunder.
Pocket Thunder.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I guess when they get here, I'll see if they're interested in what they call pocket thunder and see if maybe they can help me gather some more resources. So.
Anyway, I have updated your quest. So now you know what you need to do to arm the Horde.
Oh. Okay. All right. So, anyway, Vespa. This is the Observer. This is the Foundry.
Meh.
Meh.
Ooh, excuse me. You gonna sit here?
I mean, can I come with you?
Whiskey?
Yeah, she could come with. And with that, I'm just like gonna grab Vesper's arm and start walking off.
Oh,
Like, so they're not giving you the tour again because they've done this for, I don't know, Aldrich and your mom and Damien and me and like everybody else. Tavern.
little speakeasy. Very nice.
Yeah. Oh. I don't remember what that is because I haven't been there.
Well, it's roped off, so maybe I shouldn't. Maybe just a peek.
it's probably a don't touch it.
I'm just gonna look in. I'm just gonna peek. I can't move these curtains, so they definitely can't look through it. Let's keep moving, I suppose.
This.
Office.
Yeah, there's an office. There's this doohickey here. This thing's cool. This is called the observatory.
That looks kind of like. Are they dissecting something in there?
I mean, it's a captured elemental, kind of like that one we captured for the ship in Duskholm.
I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see that.
Yeah, probably. This is called the observatory. Watch this. It'll show you where anybody wants to be. Watch. Are you ready?
I'm watching. Let's see how
And
well
I'm just.
What do I
I'm
gotta
just gonna-
roll to see how well that I'm watching him do this? Is it perception?
Sure.
Sure.
Sure. Okay.
You're kind of
You have my
half-ass paying attention.
Yeah.
Kind of half-ass paying
I'm
attention.
looking at all the shiny stuff.
Yeah. So this'll find anything you want. So like, watch this. What's the last name? Abigail. And I'm gonna just start like looking where Abigail is.
Whisker, as you use the fucking what I forgot what it's called.
The observatory.
Yeah, the observatory. You see the dial spin, and very quickly it's showing you a picture of her sitting at a desk as she's working on paperwork. Like she's in a very small room with wooden walls, and she just looks stressed out.
Vespa, is there something wrong with her?
Just a lot going on right now. She's trying to maintain the city. There's an armistice ahead. We've just asked her while she just took over if she can send us an army. Like it's
A lot?
It's a lot on one plate for one person.
It's a lot, but so you just like this will find anybody you want, but Bishop, it can't fucking find Bishop. And I think something's broken with it on that. I'm
Can I take a spin?
Yeah, go ahead.
As I hold the book, or whatever it is, I spin the wheel, whatever the doohickey is. 'cause I was
Roll
half-assed
for
paying
investigation.
And I say, Little Pete.
Vesper, as you watch the dial spin and they continue to crank around and spin and spin and spin and spin and spin, you finally come to rest on a image of a graffiti on the wall. It looks like Bishop's body with angel wings that has been drawn onto a wall. And you see a small, what looks like maybe like a tiefling scratching in black chalk on this stone wall.
Whiskey, do you see this?
That's all it shows when I try to figure out where the fuck Bishop Anellis is.
But I didn't look for Bishop.
Who are you looking for?
This was before you joined us, but there was a child that his name was Pete.
Oh, I missed that. I thought you were looking for Bishop.
No, I said
No,
little
he
Pete.
said Little Pete.
Oh, I missed that. Oh, scratch that. That's not canon.
Oh, I was gonna say, so your Little Pete knows fucking.
I was like, oh, great.
Sorry.
Graffiti and fucking Bishop everywhere. This
Oh,
guy.
Vesper, with a 17, as you scroll the wheels quickly come to a stop, and you see a small ratty tent, and you see the boy inside of it clutching a single dagger.
Do I recognize the area of the tent, or do I roll history or something?
You can roll history. You can judge by the terrain that it is in a kind of a temperate wooded area. It very much reminds you of the areas from back home. But then again, there are normal wooded areas all over Tyrindel.
Got it. Huh, interesting. Where did she go? There's nothing dangerous down here, right?
Not that I know of.
All right, well, let's keep moving.
You got a library here, and then a potion building area.
Mm.
This is also a workshop and a smith, and it's like the work area for everybody.
I'm assuming with a 21, I noticed that she's over there.
Yes. And she is knee deep in some sort of literature.
What are you working on?
I came down here because I seen all the lights, and then this book is written in a weird language, but I can read it.
Actually, you know what? I am gonna not even roll. I am gonna do the thing because I have the thing.
Here you go. Vesper, as you step up to the book, now that you can comprehend languages, and you look at the book, you watch as the letters on the page pop off from the spell, and they begin to decipher. And it is taking a long time for these words to unjumble themselves for you. And it is super slow for this magic. Normally this magic is almost instantaneous, but this is like super slow for this glyphs to show up so you could read it.
This is never happened before. I mean, I understand the first few lines, but it's translating so incredibly slow. Whiskey, what are you working on down here?
I'm just gonna start backing away kind of slowly. Like, don't ask me, Vespa. I don't read.
That's right, I forgot. Sorry, didn't mean to make your heart beat a couple extra steps there.
It's not just me down here. I mean, your mom's been in here, Aldrich's been in here, Moon, Damien, Val.
Can I
Susho, what?
stay
ahead.
down here?
I mean,
It is safe, right?
yeah, like the mirror aren't gonna hurt you.
I would like to stay down here and read this stuff.
Will you decipher it for us and give
All
me
right.
reports back?
I mean, I'm not Damien, and you came here with Damien, but like, I guess I'll talk to him later.
Whiskey, I got it. I'll handle it. I'll handle Damien. It's fine.
You want to stay down here and read when you this makes my head hurt. When you leave this room, first door on your right, huge library, something like 9,000 plus.
I love
books or
libraries.
Oh my god.
Whiskey. Oh wow, there is a lot of books in here. All right. Stay down here. Would you stop? Where do you want to go? I'll push the ladder.
She just starts grabbing random books off the shelf.
Whiskey, you may want to clear off watch your head, a table.
Yeah, okay. This room makes my head hurt. I'm just gonna clear off this table here for her.
All right, you stay here. Don't get yourself into trouble. If you need anything, you know how to contact me.
By this point, she's already knee deep in another book.
We could arcane lock this door, right?
I mean, if that's what you want.
Knowing her, she'd break it.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
All right, now what's this one?
This is the foundry, and this where we melt everything down that they fucking dig up for us.
Melting stuff down, huh?
Yeah, it pretty much does everything you need. This door here's got a mine behind it.
Have you been to the mine?
No, I stepped in it long enough to know it was a mine. I don't know everything that they give from it, but it's they dig things up. I mean, are you interested in something? Like,
I just was curious. It's a mine. I mean, mines hold various things: deep tunnels, various creatures, treasures. You've never explored it?
No,
weren't
the
curious?
last mine. No, the last mine we went into, fucking Tarask, and no.
Was that really a mine, though?
Well, I mean, maybe not, but maybe. Yes, but no.
You there?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
They
Would-
don't.
Are you gathering all of the materials without complications?
Yeah.
Would this be a language that I comprehend, by the way?
The mere only speak this way.
But
The
would
only
I
the
be able to
observer-
understand it?
I mean, you understand the inflection of it.
Would I know that they are getting along with no issues, or is...
Yep.
Okay. All right, just making sure, man. It's a mine. You never know.
Then this is the portal to the Grand Forge.
Nah, I don't need to do that.
Ironwood's already been in here once or twice.
Pretty fancy. This just appeared overnight.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you pulled that off, but you must have been working overtime.
Don't touch it.
Touch it.
No. That does. The observer said it does some really weird things. We don't want to mess with it unless we absolutely have to.
All right. Break in case of emergency. Understood.
Break in case of emergency. We got some mana extraction here. In case you need to recharge. I mean. That might be something for you. I'm not 100% sure. Anymore. I mean.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna investigate and see what it. Ta-da! 17.
With a 17, Vesper, as you see the raw liquefied mana that this is producing, you know that these materials that they're basically melting down is what wizards and sorcerers and other magic slingers would use to overcharge and supercharge their magical spells. Usually they bottle it up and sell it and that kind of stuff. So this is extracting raw mana for that kind of process. It's also used in the crafting of magical items and things of that nature.
And these are the pools?
Yes.
Where is it? Did you remove it from my inventory? was it taken from me in the middle of the night? No, there it is.
Oh dear God.
I'm just gonna dip it and put it in a bottle and leave it for another day. Not drinking it. Yes. It's used for spellcasters, so we have many spellcasters in our party.
Listen, the only spellcasting I know is at the end of a barrel.
Listen, I made that promise, same as you. I'm not gonna drink it.
I might be out of spell slots, but I'm not out of shell slots.
That's right. The MM at the end of 9 stands for magic missile.
The MM after 9 stands for magic missile.
Did I ever meet Astrid? I think I met Astrid. I definitely met.
You met Astrid, because you're the one that tripped me and pushed me into Astrid.
With that, she sees you and immediately grabs you in a hug.
Well, hello. Glad to see you again.
She puts you down.
See, you've been busy in here.
Absolutely. God, somebody has to make sure all these little creatures make stuff worth a damn. What are these things called again?
The mirror.
Mirror. They're incredulous little machines. They just constantly, all day long, work. It's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. To the point that Wolf said that they've kind of ran everybody else out of work.
Yeah, I talked to Wolf about this. I was the one that suggested that maybe we bring the other foundries in on this. If we can get their blueprints and we put them into this, these machines we could mass produce some of the most unique artifacts Zatanna has ever made.
While keeping everybody paid and fed.
That's right. Imagine being able to export things that no one else in the world has. We could be the world's largest producer of firearms to the rest of the world.
Yeah. Speaking of firearms, we're gonna have to make some for some orcs.
With that, Astrid's gonna just kind of stop and turn around, and when I
And
said,
seeing the look, I'm gonna take 2 steps back.
well, when I said provide the world with firearms, I wasn't thinking orcs.
Well, long story short, I went to go talk to the orcs for Damien. The leader pulled out a club, he smashed a tent, called me puny, said some things about me calling him soft because he needed armor, and I took out a box and the ground and a wall and whatever else was behind the wall, and
So, from what I understand, you had a dick showing contest with an orc.
but I won.
I knew you would.
The downside is,
Now you have orcs that want bigger dicks.
yeah.
Well, if anybody could build orcs weapons that they could be smart enough to use, it would be these things.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Well,
As scary as an army of orcs could be, though, could you imagine just us going into Avernus and my pepper box, just carrying 2 of them on handles,
well, we're gonna need all the firepower we can get going into a place like that.
yeah, yeah, you're not wrong there.
Well, where are they?
They'll be here in about 2 days.
All right. I'll
And then the
start.
observer said something about having to go get extra stuff for the orcs' weapons because they can't get it here. So 3-4 days after that, maybe.
While this
I'm
foundry is
not
great
sure.
for a lot of the steel and everyday components, it's severely lacking on the more rare things, especially something like gunpowder. There's no saltpeter or ashen rock or any of that stuff to make explosives.
Yeah, which is some of the stuff the observer said we was gonna have to go get.
Well, maybe if we find a place that has it in quantity, we can set up a portal and have some of the miners go there and bring it back, like we do with Grand Forge.
Right, I thought about maybe seeing if the old mine out in front of the front gate might have any.
I don't remember talks of any kind of saltpeter or ashen rock out there.
Am I gonna have to read it in a book somewhere?
I'm gonna chuckle under my breath.
I read a book for you.
I mean, are you gonna tell me about the book?
It depends. How bad do you want the information?
If it means I don't have to read.
Do you have time for us to spend time for me to explain it to you?
Oh, you're nasty.
That's why Vesper left.
You can always make time.
Reading the room.
With that, Astrid's gonna grab your hand. Excuse us.
Yep. No problem. Just gonna fancy myself a drink.
Might get two.
I'll be here.
Arcane lock.
Oh, in the office.
You say that like you're shocked. It's my foundry.
He's like, that's exactly how I planned this to go. Charlie, before we switch scenes, I'd like to go back to the observatory.
You go right ahead. Astrid and Whiskey are busy.
Something occurred to me, and I like a light bulb. I quickly get up and I'm just quick walking. I'm not sprinting or making myself known that I'm running to this area. I'm just moving.
Do you want to roll a perception check as you walk past the office?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, okay.
Nope, that's the wrong one. Do I get advantage because I got good ears?
I'll give you advantage just because you're nosy.
I am. Perfect. 25.
You hear all manners of heavy breathing, desk moving, things being slammed, small cat whimpers.
That's my boy. As I keep walking by. As I saddle on up.
Oh.
And I'm going to burn today's lucky.
Oh.
And I am going to
Boy.
I am going to look and see what else I have on my list here. I have another lucky.
Burning both luckies today, huh?
18 and for I'm just gonna throw my 4 on it just to try and get it over a 20, which we did. A 21, and I am gonna look for Jenkins.
Oh,
Little old Jenkins after we sent him away with Bishop. We need to perhaps bring our friend back into this wonderful forge we have. Now that the runes would potentially be null and void.
Vesper, as you spin the dials on this, you see Vesper that Jenkins is hard at work, reading something from a book, and you see a sword laying on the table as he is tapping runes into it. He looks to be in some sort of workshop.
While looking through, do I recognize the runes because my comprehend languages are still active?
The words from the runes say honor, valor, justice.
If I ever needed anything that's not a 4, it would have been like right there, game. I have a couple 8s, so I'm gonna throw 2 8s. To make it an 11.
Vesper, as you watch Jenkins carve into this sword, he picks up this sword, and it is a brilliant silver sword with a gold crossguard on it and a heavy golden pommel. And from the edge of this observer walks in this clad paladin in almost this beautiful white plate armor with gold filigree all over him. It is unlike anything that you have seen before.
And there's nothing, no inclination of where this shop is, right?
No. If you are watching the stream, I will show you a picture of this paladin.
Yep. That was badass. Glad to see he's still around. Need to know where he
Exiles
is.
of Duskholm.
Oh shit, you have the exile screen up, Jelly?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
You don't have your edge of the map. So,
Whoops.
oh no. 3 hours in. we forget.
Probably since I went to the bathroom and came back.
There it is.
Whoops.
That's fine.
Uh,
So he's alive, working for this paladin, currently making this sword with a gold hilt. Good information. Not enough though. Oh, you know what? I see the paladin. Come on, baby. What is the
God
fucking
damn.
problem today? I'm gonna use a
Jesus,
6 and a 4.
You've turned into the Oprah Winfrey of 4s.
So on 13. Religion 13 to see if I recognize maybe the oath or the type of paladin, like any inclination of like this paladin's from this area. Maybe I can find where Jenkins is, kind of stuff.
Vesper, as you are trying to study closer and closer with the machine, as the paladin takes the sword from Jenkins and he's holding it in his hand, he will put it in his sheath, and his back has been turned to you this whole time. As he turns around, it's almost like he's staring straight back at you. Straight into your eyes. Like, obviously the observer is just showing you, but this paladin's looking right back at your perspective.
Like turn around almost, like that. Was he looking at me? Like, kind of motion. And then
I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw. Actually, you know what? Don't.
I love that. I love that. Actually, never mind. Change my mind. You're not allowed to do that.
Golly.
Hang on, I'm changing my dice. This is some bullshit. We could keep whatever the roll was, but I need to change my dice.
It was a 5.
Yeah, I don't have anything to change it. So.
Vesper, as you are staring at this paladin, the paladin takes its hand and it reaches up like it's trying to grab at you, and it's swiping the air in front of your face.
I am instinctively going to reach for my swords. Maybe take a half step back.
His gaze does not break as you move in the room. It follows you. The observer is still there, and it's still just a machine in the room showing you this picture. And you can see the paladin on the other side kind of swiping the air where you're at.
I don't think I have anything that would harm me or do anything. Maybe I'll just stare. I take a step forward now, and I'll just stare intently back with intimidation.
Vesper, as you're staring closer and closer to the screen, in the briefest of moments, this paladin's hand comes through the portal of the screen and it grabs onto your armor. I can see your darkness, demon.
Well, I wasn't hiding. I'm going to
separate them.
So he's touching me?
Yeah, he is. He's got his hand through this observer now, and he has grabbed a hold of your armor.
Pull that motherfucker through.
Cut its
And
arm
yes,
off.
and I will pull him through if this goes through.
As you paralyze him and you grab a hold of his hand, I need you to give me a strength check to see if you can pull him all the way through.
I'm about to Doctor Strange this thing's body in half. Oh, strength. Yeah, 22.
Yeah. Thank you, dice.
Vesper, as you pull this entity, this paladin, through the portal, stand by.
Now I gotta figure out what's going on. So.
I'm glad you changed your dice and got it figured out, but I did happen to give you a lucky.
I did see that, thank you.
I can just imagine Vesper say, hello there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you started this. What was your end goal? Is what I'm going to say as I have him pinned on the ground.
I don't know, but this is a new ability, and I don't like it.
My ability or your Forge's ability?
Forge, I
Yeah.
don't like it.
Vesper, you now have this paladin pulled all the way out of the observer, and the observer spins closed.
I'm pretty sure Jenkins just shit himself. So I was just imagining Jenkins there working on this guy's sword. Oh, I'm just putting these runes in. What the fuck? So I have him pinned. He's paralyzed. You started this. Who are you and what's your problem?
He's paralyzed. He can't speak.
Oh, it's like a full paralysis.
It's full paralysis.
Oh, then I am hog tying and getting this guy all fucking bound up.
Player to player, you can't read his mind or anything.
I don't have any telepathic things.
Oh, okay.
But I will tie him up, and then after that, I will put a nice little bow on it with one of those.
Hey, player to player, while you're there, you may as well go see if the observer can build you some kind of special handcuffs or something to keep that bitch at bay.
Well, yeah, I gotta carry him around now, so yeah, he's my prisoner. Even though I don't want him to be my prisoner, so I'm gonna verbally say I don't want any trouble. I just need to make sure you're not gonna kill me or my friends. So for the meantime, please be, yeah, that's perfect. We'll lock him up in the crucifixion zone.
Oh dear God!
And I'm gonna say to this thing, make sure he doesn't move.
With that, Whiskey, you come out of the office. Your hair's all a tough. Your clothes aren't on quite right. Astrid's hair is all a mess. But you got your information.
Sweet. And I didn't even have to read a book.
No. You just got it straight from the source. But I do need you to roll two things.
Oh dear God.
I need you to roll a performance.
+0. Horrible. Oh, hey, there you go. Never mind.
It's hidden.
But you're private, brother. Yeah.
Oh. What the fuck?
Hey, a 19. He really gave it to her. You must have been
Okay.
lonely. And then the second one is, since you had a good performance, I'll let you choose. Are you top or bottom?
I feel like Astrid would definitely be at the top.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah,
go
she
with
was
that.
Great
fair.
Cat's inherently the top, though. I mean, that's the
Yeah,
only
but
way
she
they
dragged
kinda
him
do
into
it.
there, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
my
she
reasoning for it.
definitely got Dommy Mommy vibes. So
it's the tattoo.
yeah.
You know what? I'll allow it.
I hear the door open, I'm assuming, since I'm in
Oh,
the
yeah.
doorway. Get your ass in here!
You in there talking to yourself?
Does that look like I'm talking to myself?
What the fuck is... Mm, Vespa.
Yes.
Two. Yeah, two questions.
Sure. Let's.
Who the fuck is that?
And your second?
the way you got him tied up, I'm gonna assume he's not a visitor unless you're into some weird things.
Let's leave
So
the
where
question number one.
where did he come from?
Where did he go? I don't know, Cotton Eye Joe. But
Who's that?
sorry, that was my other character coming out. I went to the observatory. I had what's the word? An epiphany, a light bulb idea to figure out where
Okay,
Jenkins went.
Oh.
Jenkins.
He's not supposed to talk. You should go, before we answer any more questions, figure out if they can make something to hold this guy in the meantime. Or send Astrid to do it. Immediately. Stat. We needed this 3 hours ago.
Well, okay, she's gone. I was gonna say I got a better idea. She seems to be a little bit more stouter than I am. She can stay here and hold him. I'll go get cuffs.
Anyway, I was looking at. I'm gonna look back at him. You know who? Through the thing. You still with me?
He's looking at. Yep, got it.
And he was looking back to me, like I was in the room.
Okay.
And then he grabbed me. He literally put his hand through some type of portal, and he grabbed me. So I grabbed him.
He grabbed you. You grabbed him. You pulled him through this thing.
Well, yeah, and then I paralyzed him and tied him up, and then I put an arcane lock on him so he couldn't get out. He said I was some demon spawn.
You did that in the observatory?
Just happened in the observatory. I don't know, maybe you want to see if that portal's still open, but to my knowledge, this guy, I don't know if he's good, evil, no idea.
Kind of like the orcs. I don't want him wrecking the place.
Hence why he's tied down. If he's ally, I'll gladly untie him. We can have a fruitful conversation with a drink in our hand down at the tavern. But if he's not friendly, we need to figure out a way to make sure he stays this way.
I don't. Was it him or was it the actual observatory that? I gotta. Are you okay to?
I got it. Go.
Not knowing if it was the paladin or the observatory. What do I need to roll to either A, figure that out, or B, can I don't know, choose somebody and see if I can do that?
Do an investigation on the observer. So, Whisker, as you are looking at this thing, you see that it is smoking. Literal steam is coming off of this thing, and you see that the magical gizmos and gadgets on it are blinking and pulsating. Like, this thing is overheated at this point.
Okay.
Player to player, go talk to Muir.
Go talk to the observer.
I was gonna say get Sisha, but both would work. But Mir, only you can. No, Mir talks regular, right?
Yeah, the observer talks regular.
All right, you're cool, man. I like both ideas.
Well, Astrid's already got the observer coming this way.
Okay, so since she's got the observer coming this way, I'm gonna go holler at Sisha. Ugh. Hey, can I interrupt you for a minute?
No, I'm studying.
Weird things happened. There's a big, shiny, mirror-looking paladin thing. Vespa's got him all like hogtied or something. I'm not.
Is Vesper okay?
If I
Never
say
mind,
no,
get out of the
will
way.
you follow me? Okay.
Vesper!
It's cute.
It's cute. Hello,
As
Sisha.
she grabs a hold of you, worried about your well-being. She is not really paying attention. As she finally lays eyes on the paladin, she just screams bloody murder as she backs out into the hallway.
It's all right. We're not gonna let you get hurt, kid. Hey. It's me. It's Whisker. Remember?
I'm here.
We saved you. We're not gonna hurt you.
What can you tell me of this person, being, thing?
Running a diagnostic. Human. Heavily armored. Shows a spiritual infliction. Currently paralyzed. Magical cause.
Yes, leave that. Do not cure. Can you rework the paralysis so he could still talk, but not move?
I see you put him in the elemental restraints. There. It should hold a physical carapace now.
Yeah, we're gonna strap him up. I'm not gonna undo the paralysis yet. Now that he's chained, I'm gonna see what's going on. Astrid, can you keep an eye on him for a second? What do you know of this?
Do
Please,
you
deep
know?
breath.
Do you know what that is?
I know he tried to touch me.
Did he hurt you?
I am perfectly fine.
He didn't cast any spells on you, or
He was looking at
Radiance
me
or
intently.
anything?
He was looking at me intently. He went to grab me. I grabbed him first.
Are you sure?
Yes. And I'll do the arms open, check me out twirl. Like, I'm fine. I'm fine.
That is a paladin of life.
The opposition of death.
Well, anything of darkness in this world, necromancy or anything like that. What is
Can
it
he
doing
be
in
ally?
here?
Or is he more of the permanent foe type, to your knowledge?
I wouldn't trust him. Not if you are what I think you are.
And that is what?
Do you want me to say in front of him?
Whiskey knows everything.
A reaper.
Yes, I am.
He does this weird thing with shadows.
Well, he probably does a lot more weird things, don't you?
Well,
I mean, don't we all?
Not like that. Not like you having sex with that lady in the office.
It's
you weren't that quiet, my friends.
been a while, okay?
Tisha, I'm going to ask that you barricade yourself in the library for now. Astrid, please go with her. I have this. If he's truly something of life, clearly I am of death. Do you think
You
we should get
guys
Damien
ain't gonna
first?
be friends.
That's what I'm worried about. Damien is more of light than I am, but
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Observer,
Yes, Master.
whatever happened seemed to have overheated the observatory.
Hmm. Yes, it would appear that all of the magical components here are sizzled and fried. I'm not
Is
sure
there-
what has happened here.
They ain't fixing it.
It will take a considerable amount of time. This is a delicate piece of equipment. What happened to it?
Vespa said he was looking for a friend of ours, and he found him, and then the paladin saw him, and they had some kind of glaring contest, and
That's
then
not
the
possible. The
the
observer
paladin
can show
reached
you a
through
plane. There's no physical representation of it.
well, unless something's changed, I don't think it was Damien. So if the observatory can't do it, then it was this guy we got locked up.
I will try to get this back online.
Yeah, do that. Hurry, please. I'm gonna go get Damien. And with that, I'm gonna bolt past Vesper and just continue running down the fucking hallway.
Perfect. As we move to the Citadel. With Damien and Moon.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Computer likes to do that thing every once in a while. Oh no, you're all right.
What do you mean?
You look unwell.
I know my health is down, and I can't remember why.
We had the fight.
I'm not sure if we had our long rest. We had that fight in the forest.
Yeah, I don't know if we did. I was
Yeah.
gonna just try and help you a little bit. Good to go?
Yeah.
My lord,
We have things to discuss. Gods, give us the room. Captain, you may stay. Damien will go to sit on the steps. Moon, feel free.
So, as more resources are coming to the monastery, I would like the monastery to become a place worthy of being next to Zatan. And those that I have in there, Commander Draven, and as well as the Spy Master, have conspired to fix the monastery as well as create a few buildings alongside it that would better serve the monastery and the city of Zatan. I don't want the monastery to be completely reliant on Zatan. So the goal that I have is to create a barracks, a place for people worthy of good sleep, with some training grounds so that my knights may train and monks may grow their skills. And the spy master would like a building to be able to extend his reach and knowledge. With your blessing, we would like to erect these buildings and fix up the monastery.
I have no problem with additional training, especially if you are going to be a neighbor of ours.
Auntie?
I see no problem with it, as long as the monastery does not pull unnecessary resources from the city.
No, we still plan to have a cohesive relationship, not take from the city, which is why the knights would like to be able to have an influx of money by creating their own business. The rat people who are helping build up the monastery are very skilled in various different trades. They plan to have a market so that they may trade with Zatan and other places as well. And the knights and monks would like to be able to be... I forget the name. Mercenaries for hire and keep Zatan safe through the seas. There are pirates still around the island, and it would be good to make sure that they are dealt with and they don't try to invade or take our resources.
I see no issue in this.
Also, just if you want to start using it, Ashley, the appropriate term for the rat people is either rat folk in the common tongue or the Nezumi, Nezumi.
Try to remember Nizimi.
Nezumi?
Nizumi?
Maybe? I'm not sure how you would say it, but Nezumi.
Actually,
Or
we'll
rat
replace
folk
rat
in the...
people with that.
Yeah.
Or I'll say Nizumi or rat folk.
Yeah. I had to look it up because I knew there was an actual, like the cat folk or tabaxi,
Yeah.
So I had to look it up. But anyway, that's the...
Try not to be racist. Or
That's how you say it.
Nizumi.
Yeah.
I think Nizumi.
You all have an issue with this.
I have no problem with the monastery or its people trying to better themselves. That's what Zatan was built on.
Auntie?
I'm in the same boat. I agree.
Aye.
Allow the people
As
to...
things move Well, as things move forward, I will continue to communicate so that there are no miscommunications or surprises from the monastery.
We appreciate
you
your
are-
openness, letting us know what's going on.
Well, you are the leader of the monastery. I see no reason that you can't have free reign to the Citadel. Come and talk to these two whenever you so choose. You are welcome here whenever.
Thank you. She'll do a little bow.
I would like to come see this monastery and your facilities once you get them built. Maybe there's something
would
that we need
love-
to change with the city.
I would love to give you a tour. It makes me so excited.
Don't think you can go ahead and changing my my faith or religion or any of that. I'm just interested in what you build.
Oh, no. Honestly, I know that a lot of religious people do try to convince others to join under them, but my purpose with that is really just have other people have an understanding that we are not dangerous or negative people.
Well, you've never shown yourself to be a negative person in your time here in the town.
I try. Moon is just gonna be like bubbly.
Well, do you have anything else to discuss, Moon?
No. Would you like me to go?
If you want to stay, you're more than welcome to, but all the information I'm about to spill here, well, you've already heard it.
I will leave you to it. I will see you back at the mansion.
I will see you later.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Miss Moon.
Player to DM, is she gonna run into me as I'm running beating
Oh, yeah.
feet to the fucking Citadel?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
In time.
Well, yeah, but I just like, am I gonna catch her before she actually goes to the mansion?
Oh
or-
yeah. Oh yeah.
So, some information based on what happened today. As you know, myself, Vesper, and Whiskey all went in our separate directions to go meet with the leaders of what would be our comrades, in a sense. We shall start with the orcs in the Southern Isle. They will help us in our endeavor, as Whiskey has been told. They will arrive in Zatan in 2 days' time with a party of warships.
The orcish warships will probably keep the pirates away.
Aye. I figured we would most likely have them stationed in the old mining town outside the city. Does that seem fit?
It might be a bit cold for them out there, especially since they're coming from the Southern Isles.
Aye. We'll make sure we'll have plenty of firewood for them.
I'll make sure that my men have that place, well, cleaned up is probably an understatement, but at least prepped. Make sure there's some resources and food and drinks. Plenty of drinks for them.
Aye. It would be wise.
Are we
Let's just
going
go
to allow them inside the city, sir?
I think that we will discuss that with the orc leaders when the time comes. I don't feel that many would need to come into the city unless it was for resources. If we were to provide them with adamant amount of them, I don't see why they would need to. In order to speak with us, unless.
I'm just worried about a bunch of drunk orcs getting in here and ruining all the taverns and running the people off, you know?
I
Not
understand
not out of any kind of violence or hatred or anything, just... Well, orcs are orcs, you know?
Aye. We will discuss in the days to come what we will discuss with them and the restrictions that they will have upon them.
Well then, in that case, this came for you. It's from that Blythe guy again.
I was just thinking of him. Hopefully the orcs and the goblins will play nice with each other, since they will be crashing in the same area.
Well, I had a thought about that. We could host them in the Grand Forge. There's more than plenty of room in there for them. And the goblins are used to the caves and the mines.
Aye.
And we do have access to a portal that'll come and go from there.
Aye. That would be wise. We will discuss it with them when they come. Here. Let me read this. Never mind. I don't know gobbledygook. I'll have Valmora read it to me later. On to other matters.
I was waiting
Speaking
for
of-
it.
That is
Speaking of Val-
absolutely wonderful.
Speaking of Valmora, she had traveled to the Ironwood Grove to try and acquire some assistance from them in our endeavor. And they reached an agreement of sorts that she will have to be discussing with her grove and the actions she will take based on the agreement. But for help in the war and help for us, they will need to, well, Valmora and the Grove will need to send one of their own to become citizens of the Ironwood Grove. Not in marriage, as she said, but almost as in citizenship.
Interesting.
Hopefully by tonight we will have word on, tomorrow, we'll have word from Valmora on what course of action she will take. And I know that I will support her either way. To Abigail and Vesper. Vesper traveled to Atheist Landing and met with Abigail. Things are uneasy, but she's doing the best that she can. In order for Atheist to assist us in our endeavor into Avernus, the armistice will need to come first.
Well, that makes
And-
sense.
It does. But with that, the armistice will have to wait. At least for, I would assume, most likely a week. Probably a little longer. To my talks with Magnus of Duskholm,
With that, the doors burst open as Whisker and Moon enter.
I imagine he runs into me that I kind of topple backward.
is everything okay?
Whiskey?
He's so out of
Sorry,
breath.
I
Catch it,
was-
tongue.
Sorry, I was on a quick phone call. Damien!
What is it?
Oh dear God, you're Moon. I'm so I'm sorry.
Are you
I
okay?
didn't- So weird things. Some like mirror paladin looking thing grabbed Vespa in the foundry.
What?
So he was looking for Jenkins, and he said he saw Jenkins, and then there was this paladin, and it stared at him, and he stared back. They had kind of a little staring contest, and then the paladin reached through and grabbed Damien, and then Damien pulled him into the observatory. He's currently chained in the observatory, and like the observer
Damien
says,
pulled him?
or Vespa. Sorry, I'm.
Damien will kind of cut you off. Aldrich Alara, we will continue the
Something-
discussion later. Captain with me.
Something about light and Damien's dock, and I don't think it's gonna end well.
Okay. Whisker, there you are. Damien, there you are. I assume Moon's coming with you at this point.
Yes.
And I'm sure at this point, Damien's not even, like, he's not even
Okay.
gonna try to fight it. So I'm just gonna be dragging Damien right along with me. Right down the fucking hallway.
Damien's literally just on your toes. He's literally right behind you. What? Hello? There it is.
Vesper, I brought Damien and Moon and Aldrich and
Aldrich, stay
happened?
back. Moon, stay over there. Damien, you go and see what it is. When you enter, I currently have him paralyzed and he is locked up. But I will release the paralysis. He does not like darkness beings, so I am going to vacate the area. You are of the light, as we've come to realize, so maybe you can have words with him. Do not treat him hostile, please.
I didn't plan on it.
I'll step away, count to 5, and that's when I will. And I release the paralysis.
Use my divine sense.
It is not a celestial, fiend, or undead.
I had the wrong idea about what that is then. Okay.
Where am I?
No need to be worried. No harm will become of you. You're in a forge. Where is it you hail from?
I was just north of Atheus, in the little town known as Beakside.
Beakside, you say? Well, what did you do here in Beakside? Is that where your people reside?
No. I'm a wandering paladin. I heard of a rune carver there who can enchant swords. I went to go seek his abilities.
From my understanding, you found one of the best around. How is he? He's an old friend.
He was being watched by a dark being. The same one that dragged me into this place.
Believe me when I tell you, it was for the better. First, let me tell you of Jenkins. And a little of our story together. He'll go on about how, Archibald and Malphas and how Archibald had carved runes on him so he could be used against us or under his control. And when we brought him back, he told us and basically chose to separate himself from us so he couldn't be used against us. And we were just checking in on him, making sure he is well.
You spin a great story.
Spin is not anything of it. It's nothing but the truth.
You've told me quite a bit about this enchanter friend of yours, and about all the demons and devils you've slain. But yet you keep court with them.
They are my closest allies, one
Why?
of whom is my cousin. Practically my brother. There's no one more in the world I trust more than them. Yes, they may have darkness in them. But believe me when I say that darkness is a light.
The one I grabbed a hold of. There's no light in that one. It is
may
an
not be.
abomination of the darkness. Through and through. I seen his stain in the world. I watched him staring at Jenkins and myself. And I pulled from my faith and my light, and when I reached through the dimensions, I was able to grab a hold of him. And you see where that got me.
He is strong, to say the least. He holds no ill will towards you. He's just protecting himself and the ones he cares for.
That's what all of the Dark Ones say.
They don't even need to say it. I know it. Just by looking at him. Them. There's more light in his heart. Probably than me. Yes, it may be darkness, but it's fine.
I can see your radiance. You wear our plate well. An old plate, but our plate nonetheless.
Your flattery will get you nowhere.
I expect no flattery. I give none. I'm just trying to find out why you would forsake an oath to life and light to ally yourself in the shadows of darkness and death.
It's a good choice. Do you have family?
I am a paladin wanderer. My family is my faith. My mother is my armor, and my father is my sword.
Wise words. From no one who speaks of family, you wouldn't know the bond. If I release you from these restraints, what would you do?
Uphold my oath and eliminate the darkness in this world and all those who stand in my way.
And you're okay with death?
Death is only a natural part of life.
I will send you back to where you came. Tell Jenkins that Damien says hello, and we'll be looking for him in the future. Does he still have restraints on him other than this thing? As he'll turn back to whiskey.
Vespa's the one you're gonna have to ask there, cause I didn't really do anything with this guy.
Well, does he?
I was, preoccupied.
Cousin?
Not your enemy, but I do understand your oath. But I'm not going to fight you regardless of what happens. As for my cousin's promise to get you back, I'm not sure if we have a portal or if you're going to just walk, but even if you swing at me, I will not try and stop it. As I undo the arcane lock. And I will undo his
No, I
chain.
will undo them. Get out of here. Bring her along with you. Nothing will come of you two.
I don't plan on anything. I have nothing to prove.
But he does.
It's just looking out for an old friend.
Aye.
I'm just gonna post up outside the wall, leaning on it, with my arms crossed. Very Aldrin-like, jolly. You know what I'm talking about.
The paladin will reach up with the shackles on his hands to you, Damien.
Release me then.
Whiskey will we be able to send him through the portal back to where he came?
I'd
Does there
have
need to be one on the other side?
I'd have to ask the observer, but I'm pretty sure there's gotta be a portal on the other side I can connect to.
Please find out. Otherwise, this is where he will remain until we can find a portal on the other side.
Or we can ask about Moria.
Yeah, or there's that too. I barely heard her, but I think she said we could ask Val.
Yes.
I'm just saying, we're the ones trying to start a war in Avernus. As I yell that from outside the door.
What is happening?
There is a paladin of light, and he does not like us. Life, I'm sorry, paladin of life.
Observer,
Yes, master.
there has to be a portal wherever we're going, right?
I'm not even sure how your friend pulled him through this thing.
I'm not either. He said he saw him and he pulled on his oath of light, and here we are.
This is in shambles. This will take a considerable amount of time to repair.
I understand that. We can't. The portal that connects to the Grand Forge. Can we use that to send him back home?
It's currently only connected to Grand Forge. We have not placed any additional pylons.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I'll let Davian know.
Additional pylons required.
Oh God. What's it good?
Observer says it's a no-go. He needs pylons, whatever the fuck that means.
Aye. Please, if you would, find Valmora for me. I require
All
her
right.
assistance.
What does this you speak about attacking Avernus?
Would you
know, the
like
one
me
that
to
I
find
mentioned.
Valmoria since this is your forge?
If you want to do that, Moon, you can. I'm
Moon.
really.
Moonbeam?
Is it
What of
calling
it?
me?
Did I hear the name Moonbeam?
What of it?
I feel like my path is being completely blocked by both Whiskey and Vesper.
Yeah, but
Here,
you're small enough to maneuver
Let
around
me
us.
just fucking oop-de-oop right over here.
Careful. Hands are on my weapons. Obviously, I'm going to do anything I can to protect her. So.
I mean, I'm gonna do anything I can to help. So
Us.
mine are on my
There
guns.
she is. Death incarnate herself.
It does
I
look
was
good on
wrong
me,
about
doesn't it?
you. Allying yourself with dark entities. You said your cousin, but yet I find you here with the faceless goddess herself.
Well, goddess is. I don't think I'm there. I am not on the same level as my god.
Your god is little more than a judge.
Thought paladins of light are supposed to be good people, but it sounds like all you do is throw insults.
Only to those that aren't deserving of the boot.
Well, I don't know what your boot is, but your attitude is unbecoming.
Tell that to
Even though
Kursk.
you may shower yourself in light, it's not very pretty. Is that what you wanted? You wanted to see me? Of course you did.
The name you just used. Say it again.
Paladin Kursk.
Ah, Vesper. Now that we're using names. Isn't that the one you tackled through the portal? And we killed on the other side?
Yep.
Aye.
Isn't that where I got some crystals for the Gale Wind?
So you stand with those paladins.
I stand with the true paladin.
Seems like you're just on a crusade for death. Are you sure you don't like my god?
I'm on a crusade to remove the darkness and filth
that would
You just keep
stain the
sending people
world
to my God.
of my light.
It seems as though you
Moon,
serve him a little
That
bit
is
more.
enough. Leave us.
Do you want to destroy the filth? You should join us in Avernus.
Wouldn't be worth anything.
Damien will stand back in front of the door.
Well,
Damn, Moon is going ham right now, dog.
She doesn't get very nice when you insult her god.
yeah, it's just facts.
You spoke
This is true.
about questioning Avernus. Were you intrigued by us mentioning that?
I was, until I know that you're going there because you have the Dark Goddess herself. Probably going to take it over, aren't you?
We're going
Actually,
to rescue
we're
our
going to
friends.
get my kid. Ooh.
That is